Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Biology for All. In this video, I'm going to talk about the midbrain and the hindbrain. So again here, let us first see the divisions of the neural system. So we have seen the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system. In the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord. Now the brain we know is divided into three parts: the prosencephalon, that is the forebrain, the mesencephalon, that is the midbrain, and the hindbrain, which is rhombencephalon. We have already seen the parts of the forebrain in the previous video. So here we are going to see the parts of the midbrain and the hindbrain. So let us begin here with the parts of the midbrain. Here we see the internal structure showing the corpus callosum and the pineal gland. The midbrain has the four colliculi or swellings. This is seen here in the picture. You can see the four swellings here. So this part is the midbrain. So it has four swellings. The upper ones are called as the superior colliculi and the lower ones are called as the inferior colliculi. So these two together is what we call as the corpora quadrigemina. This corpora quadrigemina is the part of the midbrain which is located dorsally, that is towards the side of the cerebellum. Now on the other side, that is on the ventral side, there is the portion of the midbrain which consists of the cerebral peduncles, that is a set of nerves that moves from the cerebrum to the cerebellum, and that also contains crura cerebri. Now in between this there is a small cavity or the ventricle that is located in the midbrain, which is called as cerebral aqueduct. The superior colliculi or the swellings on the upper side is responsible for controlling the visual reflexes. So this deals with all the visual reflexes of our body. The inferior colliculi, that is the swellings that are located to the lower side, are the ones that are involved in controlling the auditory reflexes of our body. So this is the structure of our mid parts of the hindbrain. Here we first begin by drawing the tubular structure that is on the ventral side of the brain, that is below, that is posterior and ventral to the brain. So this tubular structure here is an extension of the brain stem, which consists of the pons and the medulla oblongata. On the dorsal side we have the cerebellum. The cerebellum here, right now I am drawing the tree-shaped white matter. So this structure here inside looks like a fern tree or a tree structure there, so that is why that's called as a tree-like structure. Now once we finish drawing this, let's label the parts here. So first we begin by labeling the cerebellum here. So this is the cerebellum, and inside the cerebellum we can see the gray matter and the white matter. So like I said, the white matter appears to be like a tree-like structure. So this is the white matter which is present inside the gray matter. So as we know, the gray matter consists of the cytons and the unmyelinated axons, whereas the white matter consists of myelinated axons. So here the white matter, since it looks like a tree kind of a structure, it's called arbor vitae or the tree of life. Now on the ventral side, the first swollen part here is the pons varolii, and the second part, which is slightly swollen there before the beginning of the spinal cord, is the medulla oblongata. Now the functions of the pons varolii is that it helps in linking the nerves between the cerebrum and the cerebellum. So there are nerve tracks which connect the cerebrum, that is the cerebral cortex, and the cerebellum. The medulla oblongata is a very important part of our body which controls various reflex centers. So it has some main centers that are controlled, that is the respiratory center which controls respiration. There is the cardiovascular center which controls the cardiac reflexes, etc. The cerebellum is important for coordinating and balancing of the body. It reorganizes, or we can say that it kind of modulates the motor commands of the body. So that is how it can regulate the balancing and the coordination of the movements of our body. Now, if we look at the dorsal side of the cerebellum, we can see dorsal side of the brain, we can see two parts of the cerebellar hemisphere. So here these are the two cerebellar hemispheres, and in the center we can see a worm-like structure. So this worm-like structure that can be seen between the two cerebellar hemispheres is what we call as the vermis.